Hello and welcome to Ethos Genesis. Today we're going to take a look at the Ethos Genesis calendar. So to get started, we need to go ahead and log in. And once we're logged in, we'll come to the new dashboard, which once again, you can customize this dashboard any way you'd like it. But for now, we'll just keep the default because today we want to focus on the calendar. So to go into the calendar, we have two options. We can click up here in the main bar, or you can customize your sidebar and you could put it in the tools or wherever you would like as well. I like to keep mine though in the default position, which is up here in the top. So a couple things to note about the calendar is that we have a few options over here. We can add events, we can view the upcoming events, we can view overdue items, we can view our completed items and past items, as well as calendar feed settings. So to get started, we'll go ahead and create just a generic event first, just to demonstrate how to add an event. And we can either have an event that lasts all day, or we can set a time. Let's just go ahead and set this event for tomorrow, and we'll set it for 9 a.m. And we could even identify a location, and we can associate a case with it. So I have a dummy case that we can just go ahead and associate with it. And as you can see, Ethos will automatically search the database for any cases and see if it can find it or not. So in this case, we're using this dummy case, and we want to set this event as an active status, and then we're going to go ahead and create our event. And now we see our event. It's for tomorrow. If we come down here, we can view upcoming. It's also listed for tomorrow. It should not be in our overdue, but we do have some overdue events that have passed and that I have not completed, or at least I have not marked them as completed. And we can get back here easily. Let's go ahead and view our completed. We don't have anything completed. That's fine. But if we did, it would display here. And then last not but least, we have our past events, which we can see we have a few events here. Now, some other things I want to point out real quickly before we go into the calendar feed settings is that we have different views of a calendar. So this is the default view of a calendar, but you could switch to your day view, which I have nothing going on today. You could switch to your week view, which I do have a few events coming up in a week. And then I believe we had the month view. This is probably the calendar view that you're going to most likely use, is the calendar month view. So let's go into our calendar feed settings and we can discuss these settings and how they'll help you. So first thing is first, if you're not familiar with Calendar Dev, this is where you would set it up to sync it with your phone or maybe your Google Calendar or whatever the case may be. So we have a few options down here. We'll discuss these real quickly. First, we have the option to say, hey, I want to see everything for all cases. Next, we have the assigned cases only. So I only want to see calendar events related to cases that are only relate to me specifically. However, you may want all cases because there may be those rare instances where a calendar is not assigned to you, but it is related to maybe a case that you're working. And then last not but least is the specific workflow types. Again, these are rare instances where you have these bizarre cases, and you want to limit that to only this calendar does this, whatever the case may be. All right, now the sync mode. This is probably the most important part of this process. You have two options here for syncing. We have a one-way read-only sync. What does that mean? Well, that means that if I'm on my phone, for example, and I'm on a one-way sync, I can only read what Ethos Genesis has on my calendar on my phone. I can't go on my phone and create a new calendar event and then it syncs with Ethos because it's a one-way sync. Now, what I can do is I can go into Ethos and I could create a calendar event and then it would show up on my phone, for example, with the one way, but I couldn't do bidirectional. Now, if I wanted to do a bidirectional sync, then I could set it to this two-way sync where anytime I enter a calendar event on my phone, it would automatically sync up with my Ethos Genesis calendar as well, and vice versa. And we can demonstrate that real quickly. So, if you want to set up the sync for your Google Calendar, for example, which is what I'm going to do, you'll need to come up here and grab this. And you can generate a new CalDev password anytime if you feel like your security's been compromised, which I will regenerate after this video, of course. But for demonstration purposes, I'll go ahead and show you real quickly. So you just click this. This will copy this to the clipboard. Come into your Google Calendar. Click right here where it says Other Calendars. And you want to do it from a URL. And you just paste that in there. And then you add your calendar. And now it's going to sync up. And when I come out of here, I'm going to see those events right there. See, I've got my demo in Chicago on Friday synced up. That event came over from Ethos. And if I want to confirm that that's there, I can come out of here. I can switch back to this view. And there it is. There's my demo in Chicago on Friday. Now, this event did not come over yet. It takes a little bit of time, for Google to get all the events. But this one definitely did come over right away, so that's nice. But it will get all your events over time. Just give it a few minutes to populate. All right, so thank you for watching, and that's all we have for Ethos Genesis today on calendars. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.